You're welcome once again to another very exciting topic handled by my humble self, Dr. Ish. I especially love this topic because personally, I like money. I like money. And I'm sure as you're listening to me, if you're a salesman, a content creator, a writer, social media manager, whatever profession you're into, you must agree with me that the sweetest part of everything is being able to seal the deal while selling your brand, seal the deal while selling your services or your products at the end of the day, right? So, in sealing the deal, this happens to be something you need to do with effective pitching strategies for success. And I remain my humble self, Dr. Ish. So, we're moving on. The art of pitching, which is selling your idea, product, or service with confidence. And why pitching is crucial, is a crucial skill for entrepreneurs, small business owners, and anyone looking to promote their idea is because anybody looking to promote their idea, product, or service need to be able to communicate effectively your value proposition. Now, your value proposition is that thing that makes you different from the next person. I'm not the only executive coach. I'm not the only sales person. I'm not the only sales and marketing strategist. I'm not the only human resource strategist. Whatever profession I am into, I'm not the only one doing it. There are other people doing exactly the same thing I do. However, your writing voice or your speaking voice or your style or your brand is what differentiates you from any other person doing exactly what you do, which is called your value proposition. That thing that stands you out in a crowded market, that makes people to easily single you out, or pick you out and say, there's something different about him. There's something different about her. I think I'd like to do business with this person. Okay. So it's a way to communicate your value proposition, build confidence, and persuade others to invest in your idea, invest in your brand, invest in your services, and invest in your products. And the key points here are pitching is a way to communicate your value proposition. Pitching helps build confidence and persuade others to invest in your idea. And pitching is a crucial skill for entrepreneurs, small business owners, professionals as well, or anyone looking to promote their idea. I mean, even getting a job, you need to pitch. Closing a deal, you need to pitch. Getting a promotion or a contract or a gig, you need to pitch. It's so, so important. The takeaways here are to identify your unique value proposition, which is that thing that makes you different from other people, and develop a clear and concise pitch. Now, you may not get this right the first time, but when you keep doing it, you can test run with family and friends, and they can, in a good way, criticize you. You make the necessary changes, or if you do not have anyone to test run with, just go for it in the DMs. Of course, that's after creating good relationships with people, and then you pitch to them in a very polite manner, not entitled manner. Remember, no shouting words, address them properly, and whatever feedback you get, you use it to rearrange yourself and re-strategize. Now, how do you identify your unique value proposition? Simply by crafting a compelling pitch that sets you apart from competition, stating the aspects of you that is different from your competitors. Your pitch should communicate your unique value proposition, highlighting that one thing or several things that sets you apart from the competition. So you have to take the time to brainstorm and craft a compelling pitch that showcases your strengths and benefits. It's easy. If you don't have a way of identifying your strengths and your weaknesses, because these are part of things you use to create your pitch, ask your friends and your family, people you trust, to tell you the truth. You write down your strengths, you write down your weaknesses. I'm talking about if you're a writer, a business person, entrepreneur, small business, whatever it is you're into, tell people to tell you, okay, give me five of my strengths, five of my weaknesses. Obviously, you have to work on the weaknesses, but the strengths here now are what we are singling out as the value, your value proposition. So the key points, as usual, is to identify your target audience because you need to know who you are speaking to and why you are speaking to them. You need to also be sure that you have the solution to their pain points. So once you are sure of that and you know you have the solution to their needs, then highlight your unique strengths and benefits to them, not features alone. Please don't get it wrong. Some people make the mistake of highlighting only the features. You must highlight both the strengths and the benefits. And then keep your pitch clear, concise, and compelling. Don't let it be too long or type an epistle. People get bored easily and they have really, really short attention spans these days. So the takeaway is to research your competition. Take your time and research. Don't be in a rush. Identify areas of differentiation. What makes me stand out from this social media manager? What makes me stand out from this copywriter? What makes me stand out from this health writer? What makes me stand out from this content creator? I mean, especially if they're doing exactly the same thing you do, right? So develop a unique value proposition that sets you apart and hammer on that. That is what you should hammer on. And anytime you're selling yourself in public or in private, any opportunity you get to pitch and sell yourself, please, the things you need to bring out first are your unique value proposition. So in creating a simple pitch, there is a step-by-step guide. You can add to this guide, but please don't remove from the guide. You can actually improve on the guide. But this is just the basic that will help you to start out. So how do you craft a clear, concise, and compelling pitch that gets results? Creating a simple pitch involves crafting a clear, concise, and compelling message. The message has to be compelling because it is this emotional message that gets them to convert. Of course, in addition to making it clear and concise by asking for exactly what you want. Don't beat around the bush and waste people's time. They lose interest. So when you can get a clear, concise, and compelling message that communicates your value proposition, you follow these steps to create a pitch and start getting immediate results. A yes or a no, whichever way a no is the result, and it's a feedback for you to know what to work on. All right. So the key points are: start with a hook to grab attention. A hook is also known as a headline, so you don't get confused here. Clearly state your value proposition, which are your strengths and benefits, the reasons why they need to follow you, or reason why they need to buy from you, or reason why they need to believe in you, or reason why they need to buy into your ideas. Highlight your unique strengths and benefits and end with a call to action. A call to action is what will actually end them, help them, to do what you want them to do, which is buy into whatever it is you are selling. Of course, remember that you also have to have a solid relationship, maybe not 100% solid, but some sort of a ground where they resonate with you, you resonate with them, and your values and your goals, objectives, or the fact that you understand their pain points aligns. Okay, so the takeaways are: practice your pitch until it feels natural. I do that in front of a mirror. I also do videos and send to my friends and tell them, analyze my pitch. What do you think? What aspects do you think I should correct or change? And then, with that feedback, you keep getting better. So be prepared to answer questions and provide additional information. So know when to pitch and identify appropriate and inappropriate times. When you are pitching, there's such a thing as appropriate and inappropriate times. It makes no sense to be calling somebody 6 a.m. in the morning or sending a message 1 a.m. in the night because you want to pitch. The ideology of saying, oh, when he or she wakes up from sleep, my message is the first thing they will see. It is so, so annoying. Please, if you've been doing this, stop doing it immediately. You will lose the client, probably get blocked and reported as a spammer. So how to use these examples as inspiration for your own inbox strategy? Knowing when to pitch is crucial. You want to avoid being too pushy or aggressive. Remember that people have different perception of how they want to be addressed or approached, especially when you want to sell something to them. So you need to be cautious and wise and polite. So while also being confident and assertive, you have to be very careful. Identify appropriate times to pitch, such as networking events or meetings with potential investors. When there are networking events, it's not when someone is having lunch or breakfast you start wanting to strike a conversation. You must understand the environment you are in, observe the environment you are in before you start throwing your pitch forward. Check their temperament. Are they happy? Are they sad? Are they in a good mood or bad mood? They just have a shouting match on the phone and you decide that that's the right time you want to go and pitch. No, you need to be wise, you need to be cautious, and like I said, you need to be observant. The key points are to research the event or meeting, to understand the type of audience that will be there and the purpose of the event. So if the purpose of the event doesn't align with what you're trying to sell to them, it's probably not the right time to do that. So be respectful of people's time and attention. Be prepared to pitch at a moment's notice, which is why you should always be practicing long before any opportunity comes up, because not all opportunities will give you the warning. So once it comes up, just know that you are ready to pitch because you've been practicing. But if you've not practiced, you're just going to make a whole mess of everything. So the takeaways are to practice your pitch in low stakes situations. Of course, as usual, family and friends, or maybe even in front of your mirror, or you do a video and you send to people to analyze. My students do that. They do their pitches, they send to me, I critically analyze, I give them feedback, and they readjust accordingly. And be open to feedback and adjust your pitch. No feedback is bad. I prefer having bad feedbacks than having tons of good feedbacks. At the end of the day, I'm just messing myself up thinking that I'm doing something sensible. So please just be ready to be critically assessed. No hard feelings. You just go back to the drawing board and get better at it. As usual, I give you my assignment and it's your turn. So use the assignment and worksheet below to develop your pitch and identify appropriate times to pitch. So, craft a simple pitch for your product or service. Identify three potential opportunities to pitch your idea and practice your pitch until it feels natural. I've given you the whole step-by-step process. So this is something you should be able to easily nail. And of course, if you have any challenges, feel free to send me an email or a DM on LinkedIn. All right. So the examples can be pitching a new product at a trade show or pitching a business idea to a potential investor. Just have an idea where you would most likely meet your target audience at events. Okay. And then practice something in that line. So I hope you were able to get something sensible from this. The truth of the matter is that there's nothing like the best time to practice all this. The best time to practice it is now. Don't wait for the opportunity. Just do your best. Keep working hard. Keep getting better at it. Yes, critical feedbacks will come back. Not all you're going to like, but trust me, the more you do it, the better you become. Thank you.